Hey, Avalanche fans, hockey fans, jersey collectors, thanks for joining me for this one. A pretty important jersey just got released in the NHL by the Colorado Avalanche. It is essentially an entire full uniform Quebec Nordiques throwback jersey. It is pretty great. However, there are some issues with this release. I want to wind back just a couple of days, actually more than a couple of days. The Colorado Avalanche have been teasing this for what feels like weeks, I guess, and people are frustrated. And I apologize for the interruption, but today we have a special guest appearance on the Post to Post channel. It is Pickle, the cat, who does not like being held. That's okay. He's going to hang out with us for this one, and he was just napping, but as soon as I started talking, well, that means I got to get up and cause chaos, so he's gonna join us for this video. So we have to go back maybe more than a week, maybe more than 2 weeks. The Colorado Avalanche have been teasing this for what feels like forever, and I like a good tease, okay? Give me a little bit of snippet here, a little bit of snippet there, maybe one day, maybe 2 days, but then give me the real thing. Don't tease me weeks in advance and at least give me the date that it's coming. Don't tease me one day and then 3 days later show me something else, because in my mind, oh, that means it's coming soon. That means it's going to release tonight, maybe tomorrow, the next day, something like that. Not in 3 weeks. So I look at how the LA Kings released their jersey and how great and successful that release was. It was so good. And it doesn't matter that we didn't know the Kings was coming and that we know that the Avalanche jersey is coming. I'm not talking about it being a surprise or anything like that. I'm talking about the execution of the release itself. LA did it right. They released everything on one night, and it was amazing. The Avalanche teased us over 3 weeks or so, and people just got so frustrated. And I don't really consider myself an Avalanche fan these days, but even I was frustrated, just like as a jersey collector. Like, yeah, the teasers are cool, but just give it to us. It was way too much. So it really did make quite a few people angry, and specifically Avalanche fans. If you look online, there's a lot of people upset. So here are some of the images we can go through of the teasers. So this was released weeks ago. This is one of the first ones that I saw. And then moving on, we got the gloves here. The next one is what looks to be some kind of pack or kit or something like that. And you can see the pants to the left as well. And then here is another teaser where they've got the whole stall, the gloves, everything, basically the entire uniform except for the jersey, which is pretty cool. And then they showed a couple of more photos, actually, I think. I don't have them, but I think a couple of days after that, they showed these, which is, them warming up. This wasn't too recently, and they've got the pants on, the gloves. It's the same stuff that we've seen, but it's just, again, lacking the jersey. So we knew that the Nordiques jersey was coming back, or at least a variation of it. We didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. When I made a video a couple of weeks ago about this, I guess theorized that it would be the exact Nordiques jersey, except for it might have the Avalanche logo recolorized with the Nordiques colors. That's not what we got, and I'm okay with that. Like it's just a legit reskin of the Quebec Nordiques. That's totally fine, but at the time I wasn't sure. So here's another photo just of the pants, the gloves and stuff, and again another photo of just the team floating around. But here's a very interesting one. This is the one that interested me the most. It's the goalie kit. It's the old school kind of weathered leather look of the pads, the gloves, the blocker. I love when goalies do that in heritage games and just retro uniforms, jerseys in general. I think that is awesome. So shout out to this kit for sure. And then boom, we got the release. So this is what I would say a disappointing release. This is the first and only graphic that we got for, it was at least 30, 40 minutes. So I can't remember when the second post came out from the Avalanche, but this is basically all we got. And I was just like, okay, like that's fine. Like, okay, we get to see the jersey finally. That's great. There's some detail in there and stuff, but that's all you're going to give me for almost an hour? Like, give me on ice shots, give me detail shots, give me more. Like, just drop it all on us. You've been making us wait all this time for this jersey to come out, teasing us with these little images and stuff, and now you're just going to post this for the first hour? I don't get it. I don't get it. So I really don't like this release by the Colorado Avalanche. I love the jersey. I love the uniform. I wouldn't change much about it. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I just don't like the release, the PR behind this, the marketing strategy. Not a fan. And then this was the other image. I'm looking for more images. I go to the site. It's just a different size graphic of the same thing. And then finally, we got some actual images. Unfortunately, there is a massive vignette on every single one of these, so it's not the best photos. Like, these photos, Not great. For this jersey, for this iconic Quebec jersey, like these are the photos that we get. It's a little bit disappointing. The first thing I noticed is actually something I'm not going to mention right now. If you know me, you already know what I'm going to say. I'll save it for the end. But it's a nice uniform. I'm not really disappointed by anything too much, other than the stupid jersey ad on the front. Like, can we just get one jersey that a team has, like an alternate or a specialty or something, without a jersey ad? Like, do they all have to have jersey ads? So, don't love that, but it is what it is. I guess nothing we can do about it. Next image here shows the back. It looks really good. And here's a side shot. I mean, it's going to go down as one of the best Adidas Fanatics era, in the last basically 10 years, uniforms that was ever created. Like, that's how iconic this is. And we will have a discussion at the end as well about the decision behind this, I guess. Not the uniform itself, but the decision behind this. Moving on, they've got another shot here of 4 players. Looks great. It's going to look amazing in the game and on ice. They did include some detail shots, the back nameplate, some side shots, some shoulder patch stuff here, Landeskog. Really good angle of the fleur-de-lis on the shoulder. The numbers look so good on the blue. The C looks good. The logo looks good. Like, this is going to be a great jersey to have in your collection if you can get it, because it's, as I'm filming this, already sold out on the store in basically every size. So, cool. Next, we've got a little bit close up of the helmet there, so you can see that. I will talk about that very specifically here in a little bit. And then McKinnon, some shots there too. And then the Avalanche released some more images, or some graphics, I guess, with some images on, and actually provided some detail, so I'll kind of read through this. Nordiques translates to Northerners in English, and the igloo logo is representative of the rugged landscape and northern climate of Quebec. The igloo opening also closely resembles the letter N. This, sorry, I'm getting distracted by Pickle. This central element of the jersey uniquely captures the pride and connection of the Quebec Nordiques and the northern regions of the province. Continuing on to this image, inspired by the French flag, the blue, red, and white color palette is meant to symbolize the importance of the province's French-Canadian roots. And moving on to the last one here, the fleur-de-lis. The prominent inclusion of the fleur-de-lis along the bottom hem and adorning the shoulders of the jersey is a nod to the Quebec provincial flag and represents pride in the French-Canadian heritage. So yeah, I mean, obviously we like that. They're not the only NHL team in existence to use the fleur-de-lis. St. Louis uses it in the back inside of their collar for their city flag. A lot of French influence in St. Louis. Now, I want to talk about the actual colors here. And this is something that I have mentioned in the past, recently on the channel, recently as in, I think the last video I made on the channel, or maybe the previous video. It's color specificity. When we're talking about uniforms, we're talking about different materials, the light shining off those materials in a different way. So when you're trying to color match things, it can be difficult. If we look at this uniform, the jersey is a specific blue. If we look at the pants, it's also a specific blue, specifically different. Like, it is a different blue pants than it is the jersey. The socks look pretty similar to the jersey, in my opinion, and the helmet is different blue than the jersey, more so closer to the darker blue of the pants. The gloves are more so with the pants and the helmet, but maybe people don't notice these things, and it's okay if you don't. There's like, I'm not saying that I'm right here. I'm just saying that, like, this is the NHL. This is the top league, and they still can't color. Some teams just still can't color match stuff. It drives me nuts. Here's an example. Let's go way back, okay? Way back to the original Nordiques days. Here's Forsberg. Here's an example of a uniform. Now, what do you see on here that's not color matched? The jersey, the gloves, the pants, and the socks all are color matched. The helmet is not. Okay, this wasn't that unusual back then. You're dealing with different branding, and it's just the manufacturing process was a little bit different. So as close as you could get was, pretty much what you did. But it's 2025. Almost 2026. We have never been more technologically advanced than we are right now. How can we not get the same color in the different materials? I don't understand it. It drives me nuts. If I was on an NHL team involved in marketing and jersey design and something that would be such a top priority to ensure and do product testing to ensure that it looked correct in every aspect of the uniform. I think that attention to detail is important. One final photo to show you that they actually just released right before I started filming this one is the jersey hanging in a locker. And it's it's cool. It's underneath the Joe Sakic kind of nameplate there. I think this is a beautiful photo. I think this is a beautiful shot. Why wasn't this the first one that we got? Like, this is such a good photo. I love the creativity, the dynamic lighting. It has drama. It has personality. It makes you emotional a little bit because it's like bringing back history. Like, it's such a powerful image. And it's the last one that we got hours and hours, like 5 hours after it was released. So I don't know, just a little bit disappointed. I'm disappointed in the team's release of the jersey. I love the jersey itself. The uniform isn't perfect. It needs work. If I'm going to change anything about the jersey, it's the collar. Too much white, in my opinion. I know it's trying to match the original, but it's too much white. This little piece here, make this white. This should be blue. That's my only little criticism for the jersey. And we can talk through the decision behind this. I love the Nordiques branding. It's so classic and nostalgic. I live in New Brunswick, so Quebec is just 4 hours north of me, a drive. So I'm very familiar with Quebec in terms of a province. My father, who you've probably seen on the channel if you're a longtime viewer, was born and raised in Quebec, in Montreal. So I'm no stranger to Quebec, and I'm no stranger to the Nordiques. So I love the imagery. I love the branding. I like that they're kind of coming back with some of this stuff. I love the retro stuff in general. But I completely understand how big of a slap in the face it is to Nordiques fans when you've got an arena in Quebec City that is NHL sized already, ready for an NHL team. The city wants a team back. The fans want a team back. You know that arena would be full every single night. Like, come on now. Like, the NHL arguing that it's not big enough or whatever the reason is, it's absolute nonsense. Like, Quebec deserves a team. They've got the fan base, they've got the heritage, the history, they've got the branding, all that stuff, all the hard stuff is done. That's the stuff that usually takes a long time to do, is figuring out the branding and copywriting things and creating a fan base and trying to find success and all that stuff. Quebec's already kind of been through that. They already have that hard work done. So to me, I just think it's this continual slap in the face. Same with Hartford fans, like with the Whalers jerseys and stuff. Like, I love those. But again, it's just such a slap in the face to that fan base and that area. It's like, man, if this branding is so important, there's so many people that love it that you're continuously bringing it back. This is the second Nordiques inspired jersey in the last 5 years. There's the 3 Hartford Whalers ones in the last 5 years, I think, as well, or maybe 6. If there's this much interest, then I can completely understand actual Nordique fans, actual Whalers fans from back in the day being upset by this. They're like, okay, well, if it's this important, then bring a team back, let's actually do this. So I understand the frustration there. But as a non-Whalers fan and non-Nordiques fan, and as a jersey collector, obviously I like these jerseys, but I think it's an important conversation just in general to talk about the path that the NHL is going with expansion and how they're approaching it. And I think I heard recently that they're not considering expanding until 2030 at the earliest or something like that. And it's going to be like minimum $2 billion per team. Crazy, because a couple of years ago, not a couple, like 7 years ago, I think it was 500 million, then it was 600 or 650 million, and then it was 800 million, and now it's 2 billion. What's going on? What's going on here? Anyways, lots of rants in this video. There you have it. The jersey is released. Thank you so much for watching. As Pickle walks by, he's looking for some attention. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you got your hands on this jersey, congratulations. I fully suspect that I will not be able to get my hands on this jersey. I didn't even try. And maybe someday this jersey will come back in a better stock, or maybe I'll find it somewhere online in the future. I have no idea. Would absolutely love to have it in my collection, but it is what it is. So let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about this one. And we'll talk to you very soon in the future for lots of hockey videos on this channel. And of course, keeping you up to date on every single jersey, uniform, logo release in the NHL and other leagues. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.